Mr. Mokhesi, you say the officials were not forthcoming, but you knew who was the HOD at the time. Did you not ask the HOD, even if he was out of the department?
Well, he never told me.
No, he wouldn't tell you if you didn't ask him. Did you ask him?
No, I didn't.
Why not? He was the HOD. He was in charge of the department. You wanted to know how these contractors got appointed. Why didn't you ask him? He was the most obvious person to ask. Why didn't you write to him? Why didn't you phone him and say, Mr. Mokwena, you were HOD when this mess happened. Who selected these people? Why did you limit your inquiries to junior officials when you knew who was the HOD at the time?
My question were to the people who were at that time involved, who were the officials, the senior officials in the department, who were part of that.
Do you mean you took a conscious decision not to ask the person who was HOD?
I couldn't say I took a conscious decision. I did not ask, Chairperson.
Yes.
I did not take a conscious decision.
Yes, but why did you not ask the most obvious person, namely the HOD at the time? Because the fact that he might not have been in the department didn't mean you could not ask him. It didn't mean you could not phone him. It didn't mean you could not direct a letter to him.
We have appointed these contractors and so on. So that's basically where it ended. And then I started to say, okay, maybe let's institute an investigation to find out exactly what happened.
Well, we'll see when all the evidence is in, Mr. Mokhesi, but I'm just surprised. One gets the impression that whatever investigation was being done within the department wasn't done with the vigor that one would have expected when so much of taxpayers' money seems to have been lost.
I was not the only person who was doing the investigation.
Sorry?
But also, I was not the only person who was doing the investigation. At that time as well, an investigation had already been proclaimed. When I went into the department, the investigation, the president has already proclaimed on that. The investigation was ongoing anyway.
But now, if you could ask, Mr. Mokhesi, if you could ask the junior officials, why couldn't you ask the HOD of the time? The fact that there was an ongoing investigation didn't prevent you from asking the junior officials. Why did it prevent you from asking the HOD?
You see, Chairperson, when I arrived, there was already an issue or a complaint, a letter directed to me. The first day when I reported to work, the SIU there was already a letter on my table that says officials are not cooperating, including the head of the department.
In your sports